Hello, Sujan. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. You all can hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. Great. We'll wait for few more minutes and then we'll start with the session. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
मैम यहाँ से पार्किंग है.
Okay. So I would like to continue what I had started yesterday, so that anything or everything that was missed, I can continue along with that and prepare you for the same. Whenever we have to deal with such a situation wherein we have got some issues and we are not able to connect at that time, mostly in the next session, or I'll try to compensate wherever it is possible so that nothing is missed from your end for you all. Okay, so today I'll be conducting, because yesterday I only took a 1 hour session and then it was just a hush hush for me. So today I'll be compensating that hour for you here. Okay, so I suppose there's 7 people. That would be enough. I shall start.
Yes.
Okay, so yesterday we were talking about the interview questions which were asked by the DXC people to our previous candidates. Okay, so we will be just following the same thing. I had actually started with some of the questions. Yes, do you guys remember what were those? Yes, I had already discussed the interview questions with you all. Yes, guys? Any idea? What were the questions? Okay, if you don't remember, let's not worry and we'll start over again. Okay? Am I audible to all?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, great. So, see, like I've told you before, okay, this interview is again going to be of 2 rounds. Okay? So the first round is going to be your technical round, wherein you will be asked your core Java questions. Okay. The second round is specifically on to how confident you are with respect to the technologies that you know. It can be also into some other technologies. That means the advanced part of it. Okay. So you can make the call. Second one is the managerial round, wherein again a top hierarchy person is going to conduct the interview for you. Conduct your interview. Okay, so now let's start. Okay, so for the first round, the questions that I was talking about was based on OOP. The questions were like, what is a dynamic polymorphism? They might ask you what is method overloading. Okay, so how you're going to go ahead with it? I have asked all of you to write a program on it. Okay, so I am going to give you 5 minutes each. Okay, wherein you will be giving me at least the structure. Okay, let's say you take 10 minutes and create a program for the same. All of you can do this. Yes, be quick. Make sure that you are not using internet. Okay, use me for now. I will help you out how to deal with everything that we have in here. Yes, so the first question that they have asked was, what is method overloading? And you need to implement method overloading into your program. To start quickly, you can make use of Eclipse or you can make use of Notepad++. Anything is going to be fine. Am I clear to all? Yes? Please start. Yes, Ravikant, you want to say something?
Ma'am, please repeat the question.
The question is, what is method overloading? And you guys need to implement method overloading um, with your own example.
Okay.
Okay? And you just have 10 minutes. I won't be giving you more time because I want to discuss about the next question as well. Yes, guys? Nilesh, you get this? Method overloading, you need to do that. Okay, so people, those who have got the interviews this week itself, it is going to be on 18th of November. Okay, so I have got people in my queue such as there's Sujan, Venkatesh, Ravikant, Karthik, Pavan. Okay, so I suppose Nilesh and Gauri, you're going to be in the next stream. Okay, make sure that you prepare yourself and you're ready for the next interview, which is supposed to be conducted.
Okay.
Okay, yes,
Okay, ma'am.
guys,
Yes, ma'am.
one shot thing. Great. Make it a one shot thing. Don't don't be very confused with what you're doing. If there exists any confusion, talk to me directly. I'll help you out. Okay, so hello Sakshi, you'll have to switch on your camera. I've never seen you. Would like to see you here. Yes, and you need to talk to me as well. Sakshi, do you hear me? Okay. So all of you are creating a method overloading program, okay, in Java OOP with your own example. You just have 10 minutes, of which 2 minutes have been passed. You just have 8 minutes left.
Ma'am,
Okay. Yes, Sakshi, tell me.
started, ma'am, before 2, 3 days ago. So I do not have doubt yet. I'm just preparing.
So you're preparing. Okay, great. So can you just create a method overloading program for me in 10 minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah, quickly. Let's do it.
let's do it. Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah. You make sure that you connect via your laptop. Okay, make sure your hardwares are in place. You're not going to connect via your phone. It has to be with your system. It can be a laptop or a PC with
Oh,
microphone, your mics and your speakers and everything working fine. You have computer, right?
yeah, I have laptop, but I have logged in. I have joined by my phone, so I need to connect my laptop. Just give me a 10 minutes. I will do that. Okay, I will do it. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so Sridhar and Raju, I have asked to create a method overloading program in 10 minutes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Abhishek, I've asked to create a method overloading program in 10 minutes. Yes, and all of you are going to send me once the code done on the email. Okay, just or just on WhatsApp is going to be fine, on the group. Okay, take a picture of what you have done, okay, and send it to me on the group. Okay, we'll be downloading it from there and then we'll be discussing for the same, and be quick. I want all the screenshots to be shown to me today, right now, when in 10 minutes in total, whatever is possible for you. Yes, Abhishek,
Hello,
am I
ma'am.
clear to all? Yes. Can you just lower your camera? It is just showing me your. Great, great, good. Okay, you look good. So what you need to do is create a method overloading program in 10 minutes. Okay, we are again discussing about the interview questions that were asked previously. So we'll try to stick to that and do more beyond. Okay, we'll see how more things can be done. Okay, all of you, quickly, 10 minutes. Once it is done, take a picture or copy it and put it on the WhatsApp group. Do not send it to me personally. You're making mistake. Everybody should know that's okay. All of you, am I clear to all?
Method overloading, ma'am.
Yes, method overloading. Quickly. Good example. Okay, the example that you can justify. We'll be talking about that. Raju, can you switch on your camera? I need to see you. Raju, can you switch on your camera and your mic? You need to talk to me.
Okay, ma'am.
I cannot see you. Yeah, I can see you now. Okay, hello. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Anugula Raju. You can call me Raju, ma'am. I am from Hyderabad, ma'am, but currently
Okay.
stay in Madhapur. I have completed my graduation in the year of 2021, ma'am, in the stream of Electrical and Electronic Engineering from TKR College with
Okay, so
aggregated
you are
of,
a Gujarati.
madam,
Your mother tongue.
Telugu, ma'am, Telugu.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, because you say you stay in Ahmedabad, right?
Hyderabad. Yes, ma'am.
Hyderabad. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes,
Fine,
ma'am.
fine, fine. So you're not audible. So you have to make sure that you talk loud enough for me to hear you. Yes?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You said that you have done your engineering in electronics and communication. And do you know Core Java?
Yes, ma'am. I know, ma'am.
You know Core Java? Okay, so can you
Yes,
write a program for me for method overloading?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay, ma'am.
You can make use of Eclipse, IDE, or you can use a Notepad++. Anything is fine. Make
Okay,
sure
ma'am.
that you're not copying it from the internet. Give it a try.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, quickly. This is the laptop you are connected to me, right? Or this is your phone?
Actually, it's a phone, ma'am. I have a laptop.
So you know the drill. You will have to be connected via your system. It can be either a personal a laptop or a computer. Anything is fine. Okay, but phones are strictly prohibited. Make sure that you don't make use of that. You have the device, right?
Okay, ma'am.
You have a laptop or a computer with you.
Yes, ma'am. Laptop, ma'am.
Yes, join with that. Okay,
Okay.
and also start typing your program. You just have 10 minutes. Okay, guys, 2 minutes left for people, those who started from the very beginning. Yes, Susan, Gauri, Venkatesh, Ravi Khan, Karthik, Nilesh. 2 minutes left.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, completed.
Okay, great. Can I see? Okay, how you are going to show it to me? Take a screen capture or take a photo of it and then send it to me on the WhatsApp group. Okay, I'm expecting it to be there on the group. Yes, I'm waiting. Next question. Okay, so this is Venkatesh. You have created public static class overload, and then you're saying int add, and then static double add. Okay, okay, so you're not making. Okay, okay. So this is with your class, which is static. So you have created nested class.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so they might ask you question on what is nested class and what is the usage of it. Because in nesting of class, did you execute the code?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just give me a screen capture of the same? So what happens if your class, your inner class is static? They will ask you question on this after seeing your code. What is the use of creating the class static, inner class static? Okay, Sojan sent me again. So he said it is okay, fine. Very basic example, great. Okay, good. Venkatesh has sent me the output. One is add and the other one. Okay, fine. So instead of making use of simple add methods, you can go for some functionalities. Okay, add it's easy. Okay, it's very simple. It's okay. If there's no option, then you can go. Unless and until you understand the concept, you can change it to any of your
Any
implementation. Okay.
other, ma'am,
Yes.
like ma'am, class animal, cat and dog, etc.
Yes. Don't
Cat
make use
is
of cat and
running.
dogs. No. Use some operations. Okay. You can go for some area, some display methods, or maybe for some functionalities, for some operational kind of stuff, rather than going for animal cat. Don't do that. Okay. Let's have some good examples in here. Okay. Unless asked otherwise, you can stick to it. Okay, so I've also received the code from Rana. Again, you're making use of public overloading. Rana, what is public overloading? Yes.
Okay, sorry. In public I have to write class. Actually, uh, uh, I written public. A class overloading, class name.
Execute the code and show it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I want, just give me a screen capture. That is a better option, or a
Okay.
photo like the one I just received. Class
It,
method overloading. You can say white show with no parameter. Okay. Okay, who is this? This is Karthik. Karthik, you can just brush up your example more. Okay, it is a very simple code that you have given. Okay, try to make it a bit more complex. Okay, with some operations. If you want to have a method without any parameter, okay, have one more. Let's have 2 to 3 more methods. Okay, for showing with different types of parameters if you're dealing with. Okay, even this is fine, but make sure that you have got some functionality. Show some functionality into your program. Okay, it is implemented, it goes for all of you. Make sure that whatever program you're writing, okay, it should be having for methods at least 3 methods. 2 methods are okay, but if it is 3, it is good. Okay, it is simple copy paste that you need to call. Okay, so the next question I did not receive from all. Okay, others. Yes, Gauri. Yes, Nilesh.
Just 2 minutes, ma'am.
Raju sent it. Okay, he has created method 1, extended method 1 and method 3. So, abstract. Okay, so do you think this is method overloading? Yes, Raju? The
Yes, ma'am.
program that you have given in here is method overloading.
Overriding, ma'am.
Then
Overriding.
what is overloading? I
Overriding
asked for
means.
overloading and not
Yes, ma'am.
overriding.
Yes, ma'am. It's completed, ma'am. I'll send it, ma'am.
Yeah. Uh, okay, so you have method 1, method 2. You are writing E1, so E1 dot method, and so this is method 2. Okay, method 1, 2, method 2. Okay. Okay. Next question for the people, those who have sent me the code. Okay, I have also received it from Sridhar. 2 parameters, 3 parameters. Okay, fine. Okay, now all of you, most of you are making use of add method. Okay, try to take some other example. Okay. Where is your main? Yes, Abhishek. And what is Abhi? You will have to make use of those types of Abhishek. You're there online. Make use of the name. The name of the method should be relevant. Okay, like you can make use of add or subtract or whatever you are doing or operation. Okay, and then you can work along with it. Do not keep your name. You don't mean anything in here. Abhi is nothing in here in program. There's nothing for this because your operation says something else and you have written the name as Abhi. So if you say that you're creating a method called display, it should display you the output. If you're saying if you need to have a method to add, then the method should be named as add or sum or addition accordingly. Yes, name it properly. Okay. And this is the error. What is that error? Why do we have errors? Oh no, it is just a warning. Okay, fine. Only the name is the issue. Can you just make sure that the name of the class is good? Okay, the names play a very vital role, guys. Make it good. See, I've got some. Okay, so this is Nilesh with some value and then you're returning it. Okay, fine. So everybody that I see here is having the same. How is this method overloading again? Yes, Raju, I don't find this as method overloading. Main, int main, int main, int main. Oh, you're trying to overload main method. Oh, now this is. Yes, Pavan, you're trying to overload main method. He will drill you down with this. Okay, good to see that you are doing something different. And there's one more code wherein you're saying car C is equal to new car C dot main 10, 11. So it is going to give me good. Good is for what reason? Good is for with two
Recording in
values.
progress.
Mute. Who is it? Mute. And 21. What is 21?
Addition of the two values in the calling function.
Okay, it is the same, a single method call, right? Okay, instead of making use of main, I would recommend you to take some operations. Okay, some let's say some calculation operation. Do not make use of main method. Whatever example you have in here is good. It's a very out of box thinking. Okay, but if you can answer everything that might come in place, then you make use of such choice, because it is said that you can overload the main method, but it is of no use. So you're not making any fruitful implementation of the code. Okay, you get the point? Yes, you know how to implement overloading, I can see that, but just make sure that you don't make use of main method.
Okay.
Am I clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, great. So here we are done with all the code. Moving on to the next question. The next question that is asked is runtime polymorphism. How will you implement runtime polymorphism?
Overriding.
That's it, only overriding?
Overriding.
Overriding, yes. And what?
And we have to use
And?
and
Come on, guys, you cannot give us such a thought in here. Come on.
Overriding and overloading.
Overriding and overloading. Yay.
Overriding a parent class now.
Yes?
Overriding a parent method. Parent method.
Runtime polymorphism. What are the two ways to implement runtime polymorphism? Be quick, guys.
So the parent class.
Ma'am, compile type one
Overriding
time.
is one concept.
Dynamic binding.
Of course, that is correct. I'm asking
Resolving the
runtime.
method. Resolving the method.
Resolving and redefining the method.
I'm resolving the method in
dynamic
runtime.
polymorphism, ma'am.
Okay, resolving the method at the runtime.
Yeah.
That's binding the
Compile.
method at the runtime is the
Yeah.
No, dynamic method of dispatching.
Exactly. This is what I was asking. The two ways to implement runtime polymorphism is by overriding and the extended form of it, which is dynamic method dispatch. Okay, the parent class object creation, parent class reference creation and instantiation with the object class method, object class constructor. You guys remember?
Yeah.
If you don't, I'll show it to you. Okay, I'll show it to you in some time, but before that I want you to do it at your end. Okay, so who would start? So those who have shown me their program, so start again with runtime polymorphism. You are going to create a single class and try to implement both. How can you do that? And I don't want anybody to use A, B. Okay, if used, okay, you can just do it at the interview if they're not being very specific, but I would not recommend you to use that. Okay, make use of, do not make use of add. Okay, add is prohibited now, no ads. Okay, use something else. Okay, be quick. Write, if you want, you just jot it down on the paper and pen what you wish to do, and then you overload it into override and do dynamic dispatch into your code. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, be quick. Yes, Aishwarya. Okay, Gauri has also sent it. Okay, ABCD, multiply, multiply, multiply 1 with 2 parameters, with 3 parameters, with 4 parameters, and then you're calling with 2 parameters, so it should give me the output as 10, 330. Okay, fine. Okay, this is considerable. Okay, Gauri. Okay, but make sure that you complete this into the given time span. You took more than the required time, because now
Okay,
they are
ma'am.
not only going to ask you a single question, they will ask you more than one question. You should be
Okay,
quickly
ma'am.
doing the code and then go ahead. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Others. Okay, next person. Okay, once you're done with the code, so you're quickly going, you will quickly just add it up to the list on the WhatsApp. Okay, take a photo or a screen capture and send it on to the list. I'll discuss it with you, and then you continue with the next program. The next program that they have also asked you, that they have also asked the other candidate, was on lambda expression. Okay, SE8 concept lambda expression. You'll have to give an example and do the program. Okay, whosoever is done with this program called method with runtime, what are we doing? Runtime polymorphism. They are going to go ahead with the next concept, with the next program, which is lambda expression. Okay, and be quick, guys. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. If you still have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, Ravikant, you sent me a deadlock code, right?
Remember, I have
And
four
I
or
have
five.
to rush, so I.
So I have
What
a
is
4
that?
5 deadlock. Or one more is multi-threading producer consumer. We're using wait notify method, and another is using hash map to. I think one of the question is about hash map. 1 minute, ma'am. Question is about hash map is.
I've shared those questions.
Yeah. In question.
Yeah, it is
Uh,
from those questions, right?
yeah. Hash write a Java program to iterate hash map while. No, ma'am. No, this question. Okay, ma'am. I think I am not able to find question.
Okay, don't worry. I'll just share my screen. You can tell me whichever is the issue for you. Okay, still sharing my screen and just let me know. Okay, which one?
Ma'am, just wait. Ma'am, one of the question is about hash map. Not
Hash
iterate, not iterate. Yes, ma'am, hash map.
I don't find that question in here.
No, ma'am, not this. Yes, ma'am, override or something. Question override.
Okay, the program to iterate hash map with while and advanced for loop. The
No, ma'am,
advanced
no,
for loop is the for
no,
each
ma'am,
loop that we have done. Then,
no, ma'am, no. Okay, ma'am.
then
I will tell you if I find.
yes. Are you saying something? I cannot hear you if you're saying something.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm not saying. I'm finding the question. Maybe I'm seeing the question in another website. Maybe if I find out, I will ask you.
Okay, fine. Okay, by the way, guys, these questions, I have shared you this interview preparation um, folder link before. I'm sending it to you again. You can refer to it. Okay, and do let me know if you have any doubt. Okay, I'm sharing it with all. Sharing as in sharing in the chat. Save this. And let me know if you have any doubt. So you will be having all the things that I've discussed sometime with you. Okay, some OOP questionnaires, then there's some. I did not add anything into tips and tricks, so you can just skip that one and then go with the other stuff. Okay. There's one Excel for questionnaire and the other one for topics. These are the two important things you can refer. Okay, hello Aishwarya. Can you talk to me? Aishwarya.
Yes,
Yes, you have joined after a long time. Any specific reason?
yes, ma'am, because network
Or this is
issues.
the first time you're joining the session?
No, ma'am.
Is this the first time?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so anything wrong you want to discuss with me?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I would help to a real-time polymorphism program. Please
I'm not able to hear you.
clear
Can
the
you be a bit
concept, ma'am.
louder?
Ma'am, please explain the real-time polymorphism. concept.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, let them do some work and then I'll show it to you. Okay. Other than that, anything else?
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, one question is more. You have started 3 thread for main thread. You need to make sure main thread complete last.
I'm not getting your question. Can you come again? And please switch on your camera, guys. If I only hear you, maybe from your lip sync, I can understand what you're saying. Switch on your camera and always talk to me. I don't like people talking to me behind the cameras. Yes, you said.
Ma'am, you have started 3 thread from main thread. You need to make sure main thread complete last. How will you do it?
Question number.
Question number 2. You have shared in the previous chat box in Zoom.
Oh, okay. You have started 3 threads from main thread. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that 3 thread complete last. How will you do that? Okay, so basically what I'm asking here is for you to make sure that each of these threads are completed, and it is only after that the main thread gets finished. How will you do that?
Ma'am,
First of all, you'll be creating 3 threads.
yeah. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am, please. Yes, ma'am, please.
then you will be using a method. Okay, now I'm not going to give you the method here. Now you need to find out. You need to make sure that all these 3 methods, whether you want to go for a context switching or you want to skip that, make sure that all these 3 threads are executed as a whole, and then you will have to notify the main thread execution has ended.
Ma'am, I want to share this code, please, in chat box, WhatsApp chat box. Please, ma'am, please check this code is fine or not. It will work on.
Even if you do a Google search, you'll get it.
Ma'am, I have a ma'am, I have a code. I want to share you chat about 3
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah. Please do it.
Mm.
Okay, so Sridhar is the first one who has sent me for overloading. You have created nested static class. Sridhar,
Yeah.
yes? Do you understand what it is?
Just a minute, I see the let's see.
Okay, guys, just do it. Okay, then this is your code. You have created runnable. Okay,
No,
run
it is
my.
I'm not created. But I watches the somewhere in YouTube.
Yeah. Yes.
Code is good.
Yeah, but I'm not sure whether this will execute as.
Yeah,
static.
it will.
Static.
Yeah, it will. Yes.
No, static.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Sridhar.
What
Tell
is
me.
static method, ma'am?
But it is your static class. What I can see here
Yeah.
is public static class
Yeah,
KTM
ma'am.
extends bike.
Within
Within your class bike.
public class KTM extended that is not running, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can remove that static method, no? In the static
No.
class.
You will have to create 2 separate things in here. Bike class separately and your KTM class separately.
Oh, okay,
You have
fine. I'll do
nested
it.
the class. Can you
Yeah,
see that?
yeah.
Your
I got.
KTM is inside your bike class, which
Yeah.
is, see, the code is correct. It is going to give you an output, but it is making a lot of, a lot of questions, generating a lot of questions for you.
Yeah.
The interviewer is going to drill you with that.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
I'll edit
guys.
it now.
I'll be back in 5 minutes. I have already given you the code. Those who have shown me the the overriding thing, and dynamic dispatch can move ahead for lambda expression. Okay, and make sure that you put a screen capture for the same. Okay, good. Please continue. Okay, so I received one more code from Venkatesh. Score, white score print, send it across. Okay, fine, considerable. Make sure that your class names are flowing with the naming convention. S should be capital. O should be capital. Yes? You're not following the markers. It is required. The naming convention of class always starts with the upper letter. Yes? The method names are camel cases. Yes, make sure you go with that. Okay, good. Sridhar done?
It is not running now.
Not running because it is wrong, dude. Share me your screen. I'm giving you the authority. Share me your screen. I'll tell you what is wrong. Okay, class test. There's an issue with public static void main. Who is this? Gauri, your code is not working. Why? This is Gauri or Rana? Real time polymorphism, animal move. Okay, fine. Okay. So Gauri, from your above code wherein you have written real time polymorphism, can you tell me which line in here specifies that you have implemented dynamic method dispatch? Yes. Okay, can you
Ma'am,
hover? Yeah.
ma'am, as I'm extending the class, it is
Yes. Which
ma'am,
which
means
which line is saying that you're doing dynamic method dispatch? Yes.
no idea, ma'am.
It is the line animal B is equal to new dog. You don't know the deal. Try to understand what you're writing. So simply this code has been copy pasted from the internet. This is what I mean. If you do that, you will be kicked out of the interview. Yes, that's okay if you copy. Okay, and if here, but you cannot do the copying thing when you are at the interview. Yes, am I clear to you?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
So for
I have not. Ma'am, that is not my code, ma'am. That animal thing is not my code.
who is that? Aishwarya. Okay, okay. Always execute your code and show it to me. So your code is not working.
Ma'am,
Yes,
in
ma'am.
dynamic dispatch method, we use parent reference to hold child object.
Yes, yes, of course. That is your dynamic method dispatch. Okay, so that is what you need to do, Gauri. Okay, so basically you have got class bike. Okay, don't do anything. It's okay. This class bike is fine. I think you'll have to create different classes in here. Instead of having
Yeah,
these all the class in a single file, you'll have to do it. This is IntelliJ, right?
yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
there must be some limitation with them. So just make sure that you're creating different class for the same. Okay, and for you as well, Gauri, can you just create separate class again, or the problem is, can you just hover on to the cross that you have on line number 17? What it says? Okay, not you, not you, dude, not you. You'll have to create separate class. You can stop sharing, Sridhar.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
create separate class and put it in there. Okay, whereas I'm talking to Gauri that line number 17, just hover on to the error what it is saying.
The
Because
method
according
main
to,
cannot be declared static. Static methods can be only declared in static or top level type. It is
oh,
shown.
it's because you have not closed your test one class. Your test one class
Yes.
contains test two class, which is everybody is making this mistake. Yes, why is
Yes,
that?
ma'am.
Everybody is nesting the class. Nesting the class as in you are creating a class and within that class you're creating another class. And then you're even extending the above class, which does
Ma'am, by
not make any
mistake I did
sense.
close that.
It's not only you, everybody did that. So I'm saying to all. Okay, next is from Abhi, method 1, doc. Okay, then there's another method, extends. Meth extends meth 1. What is meth? Yes, what is meth? Make some sensible choice of names and what are they doing, okay? Okay, this is class method and you're calling meth jj is equal to new meth jj.doc. jj.doc is supposed to call meth, which is calling ABC. And how are you getting the, because you have super in here. Okay, super.doc, hence it is calling def. Okay, can you also do dynamic method dispatch, Abhishek? Your programs. Okay, this is good that you have done it in 3 program files, but make sure that you have got meaningful names to it. The names should be meaningful. The operation that you're performing should be meaningful. Okay, also, can you tell me why did you make use of super.doc in your child class, Abhishek?
Because it's, if we not use, it will give child class state.
What happens if you don't make use of super.doc if you don't write the statement?
It shows only the child class uh,
Yeah, so that
details.
okay. So you did it deliberately. You wanted to also call the parent class method.
So I used super to inherit properties from parent class. We have to use super.
Okay, fine. But what is the use of writing it in here? Why did you write it here? That is what I'm asking.
If you want
Okay,
both the properties, so you have to.
okay, fine. Okay, good. You were able to answer. To make sure that whatever you are writing, you should be able to answer it and confidently. Okay. Others, I'm waiting for it. Those who have sent me the overriding and dynamic dispatch, I also want you guys to um, go ahead with lambda expression. Lambda expression. Okay, so I've received it from Pavan. Pavan, you're taking a lot of time in your journey. Okay, then I-10, sum. The distance is sum plus kilometers, and then distance is less. Then world extends India. The distance is 0 kilometer is more than kilometer. It is not giving any output though.
Ma'am, I felt the same because I am facing the same issue with the output, so I am working on it. So I would like to ask the doubt about the thing why it is not executing.
It does not make any sense to me. What are you trying to do in here? Why is your world class extending India class?
I would like to know India is about how many kilometers and world is about how many kilometers in respect of numbers.
So don't you think world should be the parent class and India should be the child class?
If we
Make use of meaningful examples. Let's say, for example, I want to do it for customer and invoices. Okay, my parent class is going to be invoice, and my customer class is going to be your my child class. So I can say public class customer extends invoice. Invoice is nothing but bill. You can name it as bill as well. So what is happening in here? You can have maybe in your bill class or your invoice class, you have got a method to calculate bill. Okay, you can just print some XYZ statement, whatever you want. Don't do the actual calculation. That will be fine. Okay, and then you can go ahead with, let's say, customer extends bill. So customer is going to have its own property and the cal method from the bill class. Okay, if you are making use of such, make sure if you're making sense, the program should be sensible. Okay, this program is not at all sensible. Go for something considerable. Okay, well, good attempt, don't do that again. Try it for something which is
could
making
I
sense
get the
to us.
output of the sum value in the statement system that out of the
So as per your program, your sum is, it is because of your loop. This is what you're getting. Your loop condition is not correct. Oh, you're going the negative way. It is from 10, I is equal to 10, I is greater than 0, I minus minus, sum into I. And then which one is it calling? It is calling a dot journey, which is from the world. So sum 2 is equal to 1, and then you multiply each and every value. So sum 2 is not actually giving you anything. It is because the value after getting multiplied is becoming more than what an integer can hold. Okay, you can make use of long sum. Okay, sum can be long. The data type is integer, right? If you try to multiply such a value, it is going to be huge. 50 into then 49 into, and it's basically the factorial you're doing in here, right? So
okay,
you
ma'am.
have to make sure.
Okay,
Yes.
ma'am.
Sridhar, your program is it working now?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. What was the issue?
Yeah, referring problem.
Okay. So your ABC bike and KTM. Okay. Reference is equal to B dot run. B ref is equal to
Just I
B
go
again.
internet and search and learn that I edit it.
So what is this line ref is equal to B doing?
Referring to the bike, ma'am.
So if you say it is referring to bike, then what is happening to the next one? Ref is equal to B again.
Yeah.
It is the same thing, right? You'll have to make it ref is equal to K.
Yeah. Second one.
Okay. Okay, fine. Next question. Lambda expression. Who started with lambda expression? Yes. Come on, guys, start with lambda expression.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so there is your camera working now?
Yes, I
Kumar.
got a new laptop.
Yes. Yeah, please switch on your camera. Okay, so Nilesh has sent me the code. Okay, speed. BMW extends car speed. Okay, so this is dynamic method dispatch. So Nilesh, can you tell me what is dynamic method dispatch?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
This is runtime polymorphism.
Okay, it is runtime polymorphism, and what else?
Yes.
That's it. It is runtime polymorphism. What is
Yes, ma'am.
happening in here? Dynamic method dispatch is also called as late binding,
Same method name.
wherein you create the object reference of your parent class and instantiate with the child class. Okay, so which method has to be called is decided or is binded at the runtime, hence it is called as runtime polymorphism. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
getting the point? Okay, continue with lambda expression, quick. Whosoever is done with lambda expression is supposed to go ahead with prime number. Yes, Mr. Uday Kumar. Yes. Can you introduce yourself to me?
Yes, I'm Uday Kumar. I completed my graduation in Electronics and Communication Engineering in 2018. And I know the standard edition of Java.
You know the standard edition of Java.
Yes.
Okay. So which version of standard edition?
JSE 8.
SE8?
Yes.
Okay, great. So can you just write me a program for dynamic method dispatch? Which IDE did you use?
Eclipse.
Eclipse. Okay, so can you just do, are you working somewhere?
No, I'm not working.
Yes, or you were working?
No, I'm not working.
Okay, so there's a gap, right? How can you explain that to me? 2018 you passed out, right? In which
Yes, I
year did
passed
you
out in
pass out?
2018. 2018.
So can you explain me the gap here?
Yes, I've prepared for GATE and I qualified GATE, but I want to pursue my MTech in IITs. So, but I couldn't, for what you say, fulfill. Yeah, I got an NIT, but uh, I was not able to make it to IITs.
Okay. So you have come here to for the job thing, right?
Yes, yes,
You're looking up for the job.
yes,
Okay. So you're very well aware that we are here preparing for DXE interviews. The company
yes,
called
yes,
DXE.
yes.
Okay. So can you just start with the program? Let me see how much can you code. What is your understanding? How do you code to understand the confidence? Yes. So what
Okay.
others are doing, you're doing the same thing. What you are doing here is you have to show me what is dynamic method dispatch into your program. Make sure you do not copy it from the internet. It's very much non-acceptable because for the technical reasons, don't do that. If you know the concept, do it. If you don't know it, try to understand it from me, or maybe say, do you know the concept? Dynamic method dispatch.
I know overriding, but I'm not sure what
You
is
don't know
dynamic.
dynamic method. Okay, it is a very simple thing, a very simple difference. Okay, I'll tell you here that you create an object, right? Let's say I have
Yes.
got class A as my parent class B as my child class. So I'm writing class B extends A. So if I write into my public static void main, A is equal to new A, and then let's say the method which I have in my parent class is add, okay? And I have overridden the same method into my child class. So I will write A dot add. So this A dot add is supposed to call my parent class method. That is known, it is understood, this is your early binary. Okay.
Yes.
Now when you write uh, A A is equal to new B. Okay.
The parent reference is holding the child object.
Yes. So whichever child instantiation is done with whichever class, the object placed will be created for that particular class. So the method from that particular class will be called. If I call A dot add, it is going to call the method add from the child class B. This is
Got
what
it.
you need to demonstrate me. Do not make use of A and B's. Okay. Make sure you have got a better example to cater this need. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Please start. You have 10 minutes.
Sorry.
All of you whose neck below working for normal expression, right? No, I'm talking to others. Please continue with your task. And just keep your ears here. Whenever I call for you, just respond back. Okay?
Sure. Sure.
Abhishek, this time I want a proper class name, huh? Karthik, did not see your code. Okay, Raju, your method overriding is done already. So what you can show me is method overloading. Can you try that, Raju? Yes.
Yes.
Take a reference from how do you overload a method. Okay, you can just refer to the internet. Do not copy paste the code. Take
Yes,
a
ma'am.
reference and create your own example.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Method overloading.
Okay, ma'am.
And if it is done, go for lambda expression. Be quick, people. Ravikant, did you share me the code?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, just wait, ma'am. I will share in 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, ma'am.
Yeah. Move on to the next one as well. Lambda expression. Sujan, no code received yet.
Yes, ma'am. I just sent it.
Did you send me the first code?
Yes, ma'am. But send you second code now. Just wait.
Susan, you did not send me any code before as well.
Wait,
Why?
it is not override code.
No, you did. Yeah, you have done it. The next code, it's missing. Make sure you send it to me quickly.
Yes, no, I send it. Send you.
Okay. Yeah,
Over.
I can see myself in the photo. Okay. It's so awkward. Don't do that. Okay. Okay, so you are doing lambda expression. Who is this? Venkatesh. Okay. So you have created an interface called as lamb interface.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you have got a class, and then public static void main, you're writing lambda expression. But this is giving you an error.
Yeah,
Why?
yes, ma'am.
It is because it is outside the main method. It should be inside the main method, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Now, okay, ma'am.
Okay, so for Sujan, your program is runtime poly this.x display extends runtime poly. The name is very tedious. 100 and so what is dynamic method dispatch in here? I don't find any dynamic method dispatch.
No, it's just overloading. Ma'am.
This is overloading. Oh god, let me just check. Yeah, it is overriding. Don't get
Sorry.
confused with
I'm overriding. It's just my mistake. It's overriding.
yes, it's a mistake.
There
Yeah,
are
okay.
two class runtime poly and poly extend poly. Then I create a main class override class. Then I use super variable for reference in parent class runtime poly. Then use these dot y for second classes y is reference, and I create an object in main method.
Do not complicate your code, Sujan. The code that you have written is correct, but do not complicate it. Okay? Just go for what has been asked. Just explain me into simple program. How will you override and perform dynamic method dispatch? That's it. Okay, do not make use of supers and this unless and until the program asks you, the programmer or the interviewer asks you to do this, the using of any of your super or this keywords. Don't implement it. You should be knowing what happens if any of these keywords are used, but you should not write it into your code until and unless required. It will become a bit tricky if he starts asking you a question based on that. So just whatever you would reply will be what he will see. So whatever you are going to show, he will see that, right? You're only going to show the code of what you have what he has asked. Okay, he has asked you to do runtime polymorphism. You show that. That's it. Okay, don't go for supers and don't go for this unless asked. You should be knowing how to make use of super keyword into your code.
Yes, ma'am.
How to make use of this keyword into your code. Make your life simple, not difficult, but with meaningful example. Okay, do not go for some extraordinary stuff. Okay, it's not required. Okay, do not attempt unnecessary.
Okay.
Use only the things which are going to be okay. Okay,
Okay.
lambda expression only received for one person, and that too that was wrong, so correct it and send it to me quickly. The next question is for prime number. All of you are going to create a program to check whether a number is prime or not. Okay, lambda expression. Now it is working fine, right? Okay, great. Good, Venkatesh, good speed. Prime number, next goal. So Venkatesh, you only have to work on the speed or the accent that you're talking. Your program has been, it has gone good so far. Considering that you're not copying it from the internet, you're doing everything on your own. Yes. You just have to make sure that whatever you are talking is understandable. Okay? Okay. Just be confident. Don't fumble.
Okay, ma'am.
Even if you think that you are panicking at your end, don't show it onto your face. I'll tell you a truth. When I started with the session, the very first time in Million Lights as well, I was panicking the first time. Why? Because it is, a first time jitter. It happens to everyone. But now I'm talking to you guys, right? For each and every job that I start with, I always do the panic thing. But I don't show it. It might occur maybe if there's some exceptional case, they understand that what I am talking, then yeah, they will know that I had panicked. Otherwise they cannot catch me, because I understand now what the crowd is, how to deal with the person. The panic should be there only for 1 minute. Uske baad koi panic nahi karne ka. Not to fumble, nothing to worry about. Okay? Nobody should panic after 1 minute. Just give yourself a minute to panic. Take that thing out if you have any. If you do not panic, it's okay. It's wonderful. Don't do that. Okay? Go ahead with the interview. Many a times there was a previous case wherein the person was good, but due to his panicking, things went not great. So let's work on that aspect as well, because I can see a lot of improvement into your code. So I'm telling you, the only thing
Ma'am,
that might pose an issue is the way you work. Just make sure you get through it.
ma'am, I want to share one code in dynamic dispatch. Ma'am, tell me why it's not running.
Okay, please share.
Yes, ma'am, just wait. In chat I want to share code.
Yes, chat. Where is the chat? Yeah, there is the chat. Okay, I've also got lambda from
Sridhar.
Yes, Sridhar. Okay, fine.
The single parameter user.
Yes, good, great, good, good work. Go for prime number quickly. Did you send me the code, Ravikant? Where is it?
No, ma'am, just wait.
Yeah, be quick.
Yes, ma'am, I've sent.
Okay, you've written class void run, extends byte, void run, dispatch, public static void main. This is not running. This is what you're saying, right? What happened with this code? What is the issue?
Error code is just wait.
Huh?
I want to just ma'am wait. I want to share you error.
You want to share me the error? Okay.
It's showing illegal start of expression.
Illegal start of expression. Let me just check. Yeah, because your class, you have not closed your class bike, nor your class Honda. Where
Just
did you
even
close your class?
wait.
The class is not closed.
Prime number means.
Yeah, got. Yes, ma'am, got it. Yeah.
What was
Okay,
the
okay.
problem? The same problem, right? Ravikant, what was the issue?
Yes, ma'am. The classes is not closed. Process.
Don't
Got it,
make
ma'am.
such silly mistakes, okay? Even if you know things and you're not able to do it, just don't make such mistakes. Try to do it more and more. Okay? After this, you all are going to, go and do some more programs at your end.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay? Make sure that you make less mistakes. Even by less mistake, make sure that these mistakes are also, you can also solve these mistakes. Make sure that you should know what you are doing. Make sure that you understand what this code is all about. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Gauri. Next code. Waiting for it.
I'm working on it.
Yes, be quick. Okay. The last program that you all need to do is prime number. So this was 4 basic ones. Apart from that, there were some more questions asked. We'll be discussing that with you as well. Okay. First of all, I'll show you how you can code, how coding can be done. Okay, if you are going for an interview, how you're going to think if, uh, how what question and how you're going to deal with it. We'll be talking about that. Okay. Let's go ahead with this. First of all,
Ma'am, I don't know how to
guys,
write.
you don't know how to write.
Ma'am, I don't know how to write a
See, I had
program in
explained
Lambda.
lambda expression. I had explained all of you how to work with lambda expression, right? Yes or no? Yes or
Yes,
no?
yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You were
ma'am.
not there for the session? Yes, Abhishek?
Yesterday I was not.
I did not teach it yesterday. Yesterday, even I just left the session.
Ma'am, even I was not aware of that lambda expression, ma'am. I was
It's
absent for that
okay.
session.
Okay, so guys, you have got 5 minutes. Those who don't know how to work with lambda expression, pick an example online and be ready to answer me, whatever you're writing as your program. Okay, and why?
I'm
Okay,
done
lambda
with my
expression
code.
I taught on that and I was sending it on to the chat window. Yes, so there
Yeah, I'm done with my code. Can I
you're
present my
done.
screen? Yes.
No, you have to give a screen capture onto the chat window. Okay, the WhatsApp chat window.
I don't have WhatsApp.
You don't have WhatsApp. I don't understand. So you're not on WhatsApp? Yes.
No, I'm not on WhatsApp.
Okay. So can you send it on Zoom chat?
Yeah, I'll do it.
See whether it is allowing you to send that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check for it.
I did not receive it.
I'm taking a screenshot.
Still showing error. What is the error? Public static void main. Illegal start of expression. Okay, let me just see the same code. What happens if I try to execute at my end? Okay, just a minute. Chat. You sent it to me there. Okay, on WhatsApp. I'm copy pasting my code and let me just share my screen to all of you. What? First of all, you need to close this one. Okay. Then goes this one. And then, hey, what is this? Why do you have a bracket before starting your public static void main? Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
it should be here, right? This is the mistake. Error gone.
Okay.
Will not get disturbed, no?
I am not getting any error.
Yeah, ma'am, got it. I have done it before. Yeah, I have done also.
Okay, don't make such silly mistakes. Why are you
Yes,
getting
ma'am.
such an error? Because you're working on Notepad?
Ma'am, actually, the laptop is so much hanging. That's why I got it.
Make sure it does not hang at the time of the interview. If it does, then you being a good candidate will be rejected for silly reason. I don't want that. Okay, Aishwarya, the code says you are writing Lambda expression. Okay, why is everybody having the same type of code? Yes? Use some other example, guys. Okay, make sure you're not using it. See, even if you take any reference from the internet, make sure that it should be looking different. It should not be exactly the same, because I can see now that these two people have got same code. It means they have copied from the internet. Or if you don't want to talk anything, you can just mute. Did you send me any, Uday, did you send me the code? I am not able to see it.
No, as I bought the laptop today, I'm not knowing how to take a screenshot.
There is
and
a button called as
print
PRTSC.
yes, PRT.
Did you click on that?
Print screen. Yes, Windows and
Yeah.
print screen.
Yes, it's only print screen that you do. And then you can just do a control V in the chat window, or maybe on Paint, whatever.
It is
But
not
just quickly
allowing
share
me to
me
do so. When I press Windows and print screen, it is not giving a screenshot.
Don't press Windows, just share me your screen.
Okay.
Let you be familiar with your laptop now.
Function plus Windows plus print SC. You can try it.
Yes, Sujan? You're saying something?
Yes, no, I cannot done lambda expression.
So just make sure you try doing it. See,
Yeah, can you see my
very
screen?
good.
May I
What
know
an
your name,
example.
please?
My name? You don't know my name? Oh God. Okay, I'll tell you that. It's a very big secret. I don't tell people easily. So
So
what you
what
have
can I
used,
call you?
we can talk about that later. First of all, let me talk about the program. It is very interesting that you have written in here. It's very controversial. Don't make use of such things. Make it simple. Okay,
Sure.
it's class pane. Then you have got property and marry method. Then can you show me the child class? You are saying public. You're extending marry. Okay.
No.
Oh shit. Okay, can you go for dynamic dispatch? Okay, this is very controversial. Don't do such. I understood that you know how to write the code, but don't do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use simple. Keep your life simple. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Well, an interesting concept. Don't do that. Okay, don't do it here. The platform is not correct for now. Okay, you can stop sharing. You can go ahead with Lambda expression. My name is Neha Jaiswal.
Okay.
Okay, you can stop sharing. Yes, guys. Abhishek, did you get Lambda expression now?
No, ma'am. I'm
If not happening, skip. Go ahead for prime. Okay, just stop, guys. Everybody stop. That's it. I want this time for talking. Okay, let's go ahead. Stop. Whatever you guys are doing, stop it there. Everybody concentrate on me. Okay, so what I had asked all of you to do is to create programs. So these were the questions which were asked for the previous batch. Okay, they were very basic, but even after giving you the question, giving you the time, more than 10 minutes, everybody took more than 10 minutes, and you were not able to give me the exact output. Okay, it was not everybody able to give me the error free output. Many of the times the code was very simple, many of the time the code was very awkward. Okay, it was very missing bracket problem should not exist. Okay, I am talking to all the basic, the trivial mistakes that you make, the minute mistakes that you make while writing the code should be gone by now. If not done, you still have got 1 day time. Make sure that you just make sure it's not coming up again. How will you do that? Practice the code again and again. Yes, just once you do the code, just delete it and try attempting the same code with less errors or with no error. Do the code until and unless you get it without any issue. Am I clear to all? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, good attempt by all. Okay, but still you need to work from your end to get clear, get past the interview. Yes. So like I was telling you guys before, if any question is asked, okay, so these were the questions which were already asked, so I'll be telling you how do you write the code for it. Okay, but before that, interview questions, I'm launching it. If you can see my screen, it's going to take some time to launch. Let's wait for some time. Okay, apart from this, the other question that was asked for the interview was what is runtime exception, what is array list, what is linked list. Okay, what is the difference between string buffer and string builder. Okay, then there was one more question for difference between C and Java, C, C++ and Java. Okay, why,
Java
what
is
is
a
method
object
overloading and
oriented.
why do we make use of method overloading? Yes, somebody was saying. Who was it? Yes, who was it? Somebody was talking in here.
I'm Sujan.
Yes, Sujan, where is your camera? Yes, I don't get to see you. Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Difference between C, C++, and Java. C and Java is C is
I'm not asking you to
Java is an
answer me now.
object-oriented programming language, but C is
I'm not asking you to answer me now. Chill. I'm telling you the questions that were asked. Okay? We are talking about that. Okay?
okay.
If I want to ask you, I'll give you a question. Don't worry. Okay? Not now. Okay. There was also one more question asked on array list and array. Okay? So there were some questions for why is string immutable? Okay? String buffer, string builder, I've told you before as well. So this was the basic one. Okay, they were the basic examples. So now what happens even though we get to go through such a simple question and we don't pass the interview. Okay, what happens in this scenario? The problems that might come into picture will be the way you answer it. Okay, how confident that you were not confident about whatever you were answering. Maybe the interviewer twisted it in such a way that even though you know that the question was the answer that you had given is correct, but you just fumbled because the interviewer knows more than you. Be confident with what you know about, okay, the technologies, the concept. Okay, the other problem that might come is that you are fumbling. Okay, don't fumble. Give it a go for once. Okay, you're going to fumble, do it once. Only do it for 1 minute and then just come over it. Okay, just don't overthink about it. Other thing that will pose your problem is that you are a human being. You are creating your program, you made a mistake. Although you know the program, you have written the program, you have practiced it, but it is not coming at the time of the interview. Do not panic. If you panic, the half battle is lost. Okay, Second thing, try to understand, because it is your code, try to understand how you're going to solve it at your end. Okay, try to read the error properly. The error says everything. Even the line numbers are depicted, even the line numbers are shown where the error has occurred into your code. Try to read the error. So how will you get to know how to work with such errors? Make mistake in your PC itself, so that you don't make at the end. Even if you make mistake into your interviews, try to solve it. Try to reason what is the error that you're facing. You get the point? Yes, people. Yes, I can still see people sending WhatsApp messages. Enough, people. One prime number. Who did prime number? Nilesh. Okay. Why do I have to twist my... Okay, enter a number. Prime number is done by a lot of people, so good. Okay, so almost you can perform everything. Those who have given me all the 4 programs, very good. Okay, others, those who have not, make sure that you do it. Okay. Okay, so what happens when you have to write your code into your system and show it to your interviewer? Either you can make use of Notepad++, go for Notepad. Okay, I'm not asking any one of you to use Notepad. Please don't just make me hear my own voice.
Ma'am,
It is
your
very
voice is
awkward. My voice is not audible. Is it audible to you now? Yes? Guys, all of you can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Aishwarya, there might be some problem at your end. Okay? Okay, so how are you going to do it? First of all, either you can make use of Eclipse IDE, IntelliJ IDE, NetBeans IDE, whichever IDE, if they have not constant on what they want. Okay, you can also stick to Notepad++. Do not go for Notepad. Okay, unless and until they ask you to go, do not go for Notepad. Okay, if at all you're going for Notepad, it's okay. It is going to give you a practice of all the errors that you're going to make. So you won't be making any error when you're working with this. So let me just do it on Notepad. I'll work in there itself so that it is easy for you as well. Yes. How you're going to code, what happens if you make any mistake, and how do you resolve it? Okay, so the first question that I asked all of you, the first question was on method overloading. How do you overload a method? Okay, first of all, make sure that you write a proper comment into your statement for your convenience as well. Okay, so I'm creating a class. First of all, I will be creating my main class. So I'm creating my class called as method M, or I would say overloading demo. Okay, and here this is my brackets. How do I know that I'm not missing any bracket? Because I'm opening and closing it at the same time, and then I go for a tab space, so it is easy for me to not make any mistake. So I know that this is a correct code. Okay, go for indentation to see that you don't make any mistake in here. Always start with public, static, void, and main. Now once I start with this, I know that it is my main method wherein all the execution is supposed to start. Okay, this is my main, so I'll just save my program for the same. The spelling here, Bhagwan, LOADING. Okay, so I'll just copy and save my code. I'm saving it onto the desktop and make sure that it is a Java code. Okay, and you do a save. Okay, now once I do this, you can create another program, another file, or you can just go ahead, go up and do the code here. Okay, let's say I'm creating a class here called as class, what do you want? Let's say I'm creating class called as shape. Okay, now this class shape has got a method I want to overload, right? Or let's say I'm calling area. I have given the same example before as well. If you want, you can just use it, or you can go ahead with whatever feels is correct at your end. Okay, I want to find the area for all the types of shapes that I have. So I am first of all creating a variable called as area, which is going to store the area for all the shapes. The first method which I have is public. Okay, you can just keep it without public if you want it. I'll just write void. I'm keeping it, let's say name cal area. This is the my method name. Okay, if it is with no parameter, okay, then this is a default one. I can also have, let's say, an int radius us. Okay, let me tell you one thing. They were not very specific with what type of example you take. I'm asking you to be specific so that you can, choose a course that you can opt for throughout. Okay, stick to one example and use it throughout. That is what I mean. Okay, whenever any interview you need to appear for, because otherwise it is going to be very difficult for you to prepare for the same. Since you're preparing, you can mold yourself into that particular concept. So you can write whatever you want. So I'm simply not going to write anything. I'm simply um, uh, going to make some. I will just write this system dot out dot println. We'll say this is for circle, calculating area for circle, and then we can print the value of area as well. So let's say area is equal to 3.14 into some value for circle that might come in. Okay, radius into radius. So this will be your code that you will write, and circle. I'll write only for this one. You can just class. Okay, now you will always go and check for whether this particular method is working at your end or not. Always make sure. So you will write area, let's say a is equal to new area. Okay, and do a code, do a chunk of code and see whether that particular chunk is working correct for you or not. Okay, so I'll say a dot cal area and then pass on the value, something like this. And let's see the output first, whether it is going to give me any or not. So I have got my command prompt working already. We'll go for C, not CD. It is going to be Java C, and I have a byte class. What is the name of my class? Yeah, overloading demo. Yeah, this is the class name, right? And then to execute the code. Yes, it is working fine. This chunk of code is working for me. Next time, I'm simply going to do a copy. Okay, paste, again, paste. This is for calculating, let's say I am going for, I'm writing here double this time, and I can say sides, and I will say area is equal to sides into sides. This is my code. Okay, sides into sides. It's not going to be sides, it is going to be side. Okay, just forget the grammar that I'm using. Don't do that. Okay. Next, I want to go for in let's say length. This is for calculating the area of rectangle in REDTH, and then I can say it here a length into breadth. Okay, simple calculation, simple thing that I'm trying to implement in here. Okay, and let's see how this works. Okay. So let's try to work for cal area with the value which is single parameter again. Will this work? My question to all. Will this work? Yes. Let's see whether this will work or not. Yes. It's working. Did you see the output?
No,
It's
ma'am.
working for me. No, ma'am.
No.
Yeah, what?
So output,
Area, and then you specify 4, and then you specify, let's say 4 again. Okay, so this is my code. And this is my output. I compile my code and this is what I get. Yes? Getting it? Yes, people. Any doubt? Yes, no, yes, no. The example that I took is my own preference. You can do that too. You can use your example. But did you see what I did? I copy pasted the code. First of all, I checked one code whether it is working fine for me or not, and then I copy pasted it. That is reducing my time. That is giving me the surety that this code was working, and hence because of that, using the same code, I'm replicating it because my question was in such a way. You get the deal? Do you understand what we are doing in here? Yes, you need to have some tips and tricks. How are you going to get through this? Out of practice again. You need to practice and get through all these things. Yes, guys? All of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, so the next code. I want to do overloading. I know how this overriding was, so I can simply try to do, sorry, I want to do overriding. I know what this was, and then I'll try to change it accordingly. Let's say this is my overriding, so I will write RIDING. Okay, first of all, always start with your main method, okay? It is going to give you the surety that your program at least has the main method working. So let's say, for example, I'm creating a class in here. Okay, and let's say this is my area class, okay, which has got some cal area method, and I don't have anything like this. Okay, this is simple. Okay, no big deal. The same thing I'm using in here, except I've made some changes. Okay, so now this is just a simple class area. I am creating an implementing class. Let's say class. I'll just do a copy paste, quick and easy for me because I knew that the class was working for me. I will say class circle. Now, instead of writing it into my area class, I want this area to be calculated into my child class. And I can get rid of this one because I already have area here. Okay, and let's say I can also skip this. I'm simply going to write this is my area class. Okay, area class, something like this. And this is my overriding. Same method name, okay, and same parameter list, but into your derived class. How it is derived? You write extends. Extends what? Area. Guys, do you get me what I'm doing in here? There's an error into my code. Brackets lost. How do I get that? Because I've indented my code and I can see it clearly that the brackets were missing. Yes, guys?
Yes,
You get
ma'am.
the drill? Okay, so now here you need to put on the value for radius, so you can just have a simple int radius, and you can just give some value to it and it will work fine for us. Yes, you have overridden the value. So let's say what happens in here. I am just deleting this. Okay, this is my code for overriding. Let's execute the code. Any doubt with the code that I've written in here? Class area, class circle extends area, overridden the method cal area, same method name, same signature. Only the definition has been changed. I have redefined the method definition. Okay, not the signature. And then I am calling the method, created the class area object, and trying to call the cal area method. So this is my early binding. I know that the class area object A, okay, is going to call the cal area method which is present in my area class. So let's try to execute this code. Okay, so now this is going to be overriding. Okay, there's a it says that method cal area in class area cannot be applied to given types. It is also saying, sorry,
See the
required is,
output.
this is the output. Oh, you
Output
cannot see the
screen में.
output. Oh, ये बोलने का ना मैं कब से बात कर रही हूँ और मेरे को पता ही नहीं कि स्क्रीन ही नहीं दिख रहा है. Just a minute. Okay, so this is my code and this is my output. Yes, do you see now?
Yes, ma'am.
Error that I'm getting here is method cal area in class area cannot be applied to the given type. Okay, it is saying that where the error is. It is on a.cal area. It is somewhere here. It is saying what is required. It is required that you put no argument. What is found? It has been found that you have tried to put an integer. Actual and formal argument list differs in length. That means the actual one has got nothing, and here formally I have tried to enter some integer value. You just have to delete this. My error is resolved. Read the error. Yes. So it is not going to give me anything because initially it is 0, 0. Yes. Now let's try to call circle class object. Okay, circle C is equal to new circle, right? RCLE, and then C dot cal area without any parameter. Okay, so now let's see what will be the output. Compile the code again if you make any change and then you execute. You can see the output. Yes, understood? Now, moving on with dynamic method dispatch, it is something like area A1 is equal to new circle. This is your dynamic method dispatch or dynamic dispatch, whatever you wish to call it. So you can see when I try to implement such, my output is going to show me the value such. Yeah, because I've instantiated with the circle class, because A1 has been instantiated with circle class. Instantiation is nothing but method of memory allocation. Okay, so the memory is allocated for circle class. So as per the norm, the circle class contains this cal area, and hence if I try to write a1.cal area, instead of calling the cal area from the area class, it is going to call the cal area from the circle class because of the memory allocation. This is dynamic method dispatch, and this is known by the compiler at the runtime and not at the compile time. You understand? This is late binding and this is early binding, and both of them, they are known at runtime. Understood?
I have a doubt here.
Yes.
What if the parent method contains one argument, and with the child method we are taking an variable argument method? So
Okay, so that will be
can that
considered as a different method.
okay? So we cannot
Okay, it won't be.
call it as overriding.
Yes, it's not going to be because it has to be the same. So if I try to write something like this, and then I specify radius in here, the two method signature is different now.
No.
Yes.
We are going to take one argument in the parent, and we are going to take a variable argument method in the child.
Again, it is not overriding. Signature change, right?
Yeah.
In overloading within the same class, if the signature changes, then that's okay. Okay, because the name is same. But here, if we try to do it for our overriding, the two method signatures need to be same.
Okay.
Signatures are supposed to be the same. What is a signature? A signature is the return type. Okay, if there is any access specifier, let's say public, and your name and the argument list.
Yes.
Yes, guys. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
This is your method overriding.
Riding.
And this is polymorphism. Everybody. Yes? Okay. I had given this example to you guys before. I don't know whether you have it. This was my example for lambda expression. I'll try to change it. Okay. This was method reference. This is lambda expression. Okay. So this was interface drawable. I'm just going to make a teeny beeny change in here. I'll say area, interface area. This is going to say, let's say, calculate area. Okay. And here I'm trying to add some value. Let's say radius, radius, say 10, and then I'm changing it a, and then let's say a, and then system.out.println, and I will say area is equal to, instead of writing a plus, I can also have the whole thing 3.144 into radius into radius. I just did the same thing. Okay, I have just changed the name. So I'll say L lambda expression example. I'll say LE example. Okay, or LE test, LE demo. Okay, and here you can write A and then area, cal area. Yeah. Yes, people. I've shown this example before. That is the reason why I'm just making a simple change and trying to execute it. Okay. So changing this to what will be the code? It is going to be with LE. So I'll say L and then everything comes in automatically. Just execute. Output. Getting the drill? Getting the drill here, what we are doing. Yes, guys. Yes. Now for the people, those who don't understand what is lambda expression. Okay. What is lambda expression, people? Who who from among you don't know or don't understand lambda expression? You guys need to raise your hand quickly. Can I see the raise hand icon? Okay, Sujan. Only one? Others? You know it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Uday Kumar. Two. Abhishek. Bharadwaj. Where are you, Bharadwaj? Huh? What is the time?
Sorry, ma'am.
Sorry, Bharadwaj, I won't send you for the interview.
Please, ma'am.
चलेगा क्या? नहीं चलेगा ना? तो मैं क्यों लूँ sorry? Abhishek, now do you understand lambda expression?
I don't know how to write a program. What is lambda?
Okay. Let me show you what you are writing here. Okay. Sharing my screen again. Okay. First of all, I have asked you all to refer to Java T point. Okay. The code, the place wherein these codes are readily available. Okay. So Java T point SE8. Where do you find SE8? Servlet, no, slash SE. I think it went. Okay, Java T point SE8 features. Of course, Java 8 features. So this is the site that I've asked all of you to refer, and I would request you all to refer it again. Okay, and it is mandatory. Where is the chat? Get out. Okay, refer to this site. It has got everything that you want. Okay, talking about lambda expression, if you scroll down, it is giving in here. What is lambda expression? Everything that we are doing in here is based on functional interface. What is a functional interface? Can anybody answer me? What is a functional interface?
Which have only one abstract method.
Abstract method.
Yes. An interface containing a single abstract method is called as functional interface. What is a marker interface?
Is empty. Something called empty interface.
Yes, an interface containing no abstract method at all. Okay, there is going to be no method. It is a simple interface created. Can you give me an example for functional interface? Where do we have functional interface in Java? Run method is a function, runnable interface.
Yes, a runnable method. By implementing threading.
Yes. By implementing threading, runnable. Okay, so you have this runnable interface which has got a single method called as run. Okay, yes. Which you can override. And what is the other one? Which is the other one that you have? There's also one in action event called as action event, which is from action listener, which is a concept from AWT swing. Okay, if you know about it, you can talk about it as well. Apart from this, is there anything else? Example for marker interface. Example for marker interface. Serialization. Yes. Serialization, deserialization. Yes, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this functional interface, we want to sort out the issue. What was the issue before when we were working with the code? Okay, this was our code. Okay, I'll even share this code on the drive. Okay, this is for lambda expression example. I'm not naming it anything. I'm just keeping it as let's say one. Okay, it's very bad example. Let's say test one. Test one. Okay, these are simple text files that I'm keeping. Okay, so what is happening in here? There's an interface called as drawable, which has got a single draw method into it. So I have created a public static void main within a class called as lambda expression example. Here they have defined a width 10. Okay, you can say this is without lambda expression. How will you implement? And that too by using anonymous class. Anonymous class as in considering that interface cannot be implemented. You cannot create an object of an interface. Then how can you write this code? You can write this code if you are trying to create a code snippet like this. This is called as anonymous class. So what are you doing in here? You are trying to create a drawable object reference which is going to point. So this is going to be a very dynamic reference which will point to the draw method, the definition which I have defined in here. This is your anonymous class. Once you do that, you can write d.draw, and this is the way you write your simple interface with draw. So if you want to work with the simple one, okay, I think I have given that. Okay, yeah, this was the first one. I must have called this one the first. Okay, let me just save. Don't save this, and let me just call this as test 0. Okay, so considering this is your drawable you're trying to implement, then you are going to overwrite into your class, and then you can work like this. Yes, this is the simple way. This is how we deal with the program. Yes, so if I'm making use of anonymous class, it is going to be in such a way wherein you are going to instantiate rather than doing it in such rather than overriding the method inside your class. You can directly create an anonymous class and work along. The next way is by working like this. No, I just changed the whole code. Oh shit, I changed the whole code. Okay, so we can try doing it again. Okay, this was my code. You'll get the code directly here. Hey, who's yawning? This is without and this is with. So what they have done, they have directly used it in this way. This is your functional interface. Yes. So again, the same example, I'll call it as test. You guys get? So now the lambda expression says that you are trying to implement functional oriented programming into your OOP concept. Okay, your Java programming is all about object oriented programming. But here you're trying to implement your functional oriented programming. So this is how you do it. The SE8 features are meant for this reason. Okay, so what are you doing? So previously, if you check, you had such code, right? This was the code. Where is the code? This was the code wherein you tried by implementing your anonymous class. The same thing can be implemented into a single line by using the code this. Okay, so what do you do in here? You create an object reference and then you specify the method that I wish to refer, because there's going to be a single method. You can have it with parameters and there are various other options that you can opt for. And then you say for this particular method, okay, basically just ignore the equal to. You are saying that for this method you write the definition. So this is the definition that I've written for the method. Okay, for what? For the method without parameter. From where? From your drawable. Where is drawable? Drawable is here, which is the only method present. Draw it, which is this, and which is with no parameter. So this and this should match, and hence if I write d2.draw, it is going to call this definition which I have given in here. This is your lambda expression. Yes? Yes, people?
Yes, ma'am.
And the same thing, the method reference can be written in such a way. So instead of writing that into using the arrow and everything, I can say to which it should belong. So I have got instance method reference, I have got static method reference, and various other types, which you can again refer from this from this place. Yes, method reference. Okay, so I would request you to go through this and create your own example. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is your method reference test 3. Okay, clear with this, people? All of you. Any doubts so far? This other class.
No.
Don't sleep
I'm
on
deadlock.
it. Deadlock. Of course. Where is the code? Can you send it to me again?
Just do.
Okay, I'm sharing this code and you can just check it on the drive that I've shared. Okay, guys, you can check in there. Okay, we'll take a break here for 10 minutes and then we'll join back again. Our session is only till 4 o'clock. Okay, we won't go beyond that. Am I clear to all? Till then, you guys can send me. What can you send me? Yeah, Ravikant, you can send me the code for deadlock. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It is going to be a very rare scenario that they'll be asking you the question on deadlock. I was preparing you for the extreme term. Okay. Okay, so you will find all the examples in this particular folder that I've shared, interview preparation. Am I clear to all? Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes or no? Yes.
What is the use of lambda expression? Need. Or
The need, because
yeah.
I wanted to perform functional oriented programming into my system. So I was making use of this. Okay, so there was SE8 concept introduced. Okay, so it is basically a one liner. I don't have to write the method outside my main method. You can
Yeah.
see if I'm working with lambda expression, it is within my main method and into a single one or two liner or whatever I'm doing, it is within my method. Okay, so it is saving me a lot of hustle of creating different stuff at different locations. Okay, if you want, I can also search and give it to you. Why do we make use of lambda expression in Java? Okay, can implement function processing. Okay, this is a good. It is from tutorial point. Okay, when I searched this, I got the first reference link, first link from tutorial point. You can search for that. Put this into your search engine, and you'll get the output.
Yeah.
Okay, you prepare your own answer for the same. Yes, break, guys, break for 10 minutes. We'll meet
Yeah, ma'am.
again
Thank
at
you.
3:20. Okay.
Thank you.
So guys, shall we continue? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so okay, so I'll get through the doubt which Ravikant has. Okay, first of all, you should be knowing what is thread and how it works. Okay, what are the various keywords used for the same? So there's one special keyword used called as synchronized. It is one of the major examples used in various industries to
Resource
work
allocation.
in harmony. Yes. Okay, so let's say I have this code for Java. Let me show you. Let me show you first what are the various things which you have while you're working with your core Java. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, I've shared this code to all of you. It is again on the drive, and you can see you'll find this folder as well. This is your core Java folder that I have on the drive link. Here on threads, I have got some examples that you can refer to. There is one with synchronized block and with synchronized wait notify. Okay, so if I'll directly go for this one, I've got a very good example of bank that you can refer to. Let's see here. I have got a class called as bank. Okay, this is a relative example, so I'm asking you to go for some relative real life calculative example, some operational example that will make sense while you're working with it, while you are trying to demonstrate some concept to the interviewer. So here I have got public class bank. Here I'm saying that I've got an amount which is 10,000. Okay, let me show you what happens if I don't make use of the synchronized block, and then what happens if I make use of one. Okay, this is my bank class which has got two methods. One is deposit, oh sorry, withdrawal, and the other one is deposit. Okay, so what I'm doing in withdraw, I'm accepting some value as an amount which has to be withdrawn. I'm checking whether this dot amount, that means this amount, if it is less than the amount, then I'll say that it is having less balance. And then I'm keeping a wait. Okay, I'll ask the person to wait as in, let me just put some comment. Can I do a multi-line comment? No. How can I do a multi-line comment in Notepad? Edit, comment. Yeah, comment. A block comment, Control Shift Q. Okay, so I'm commenting this. This is my first I'm going to show you the code without any thread, and then with thread will be working. Okay, and then I also have got this code. I can just do a quick thing. So here, if it is less, then I'll say that the balance in the account is less, and then I'm saying this dot amount is equal to this dot amount minus the amount which I'm going to withdraw. Okay, and then I'm displaying the last balance after the withdrawal of the amount. Yes. Talking about deposit, here I'm trying to deposit some amount into my account. Okay, that means it is going to reflect onto the amount variable of my bank class. So I'm saying depositing amount, and then I'll say this dot amount is equal to plus. I'll just increment the value. Okay, and then the total balance is displayed. This is a very basic, simple example of bank class. Okay, just consider that we don't have anything which says anything about our thread. Okay, it is a simple thing. Okay, so here you can see if there is a multi-line comment, and again I can simply do the same thing, Control Shift Q. Okay, so first of all, if I write a dot, let's say I'm talking for withdraw, and I'm trying to pass on the value, let's say 45,000. Okay, and then I'm saying, let's say we'll try to withdraw the amount with 5,000. Again, I say a dot deposit with the value, say 4,000. Okay, let's see the output. Yes. So where is the command prompt? I need to open that as well. Run cmd go for cd dot again cd desktop, and you have Java. Where did I save the code? It's here. Why am I going there? Yeah, I don't know it will take such a path. Let's try cd and paste, and let's see tree. Yes, it went there, so I'm saying Java C and the class. Okay, and here I'm simply trying to execute the code. The balance after withdrawal is 5,000 because I've tried to withdraw 5,000 at once. Yes, and then it is saying after depositing into the account, it is giving me the value as 9,000. Yes, after depositing, this is the amount which I have. Simple code, not an issue. Single object used to perform the same task. Now, when does a thread come into picture? Okay, so instead of this object going as a whole and performing the task of withdrawing and depositing, I'm asking the thread to do the task, because the withdraw and deposit can be done into, into a multi-threaded fashion, into a multi-processing, multitasking pattern. Hence, I am not going to use it directly. Rather, I'm going to create a thread and work along with it. Okay, so the method that they have used in here is again anonymous class. You have seen this. You can just create a class and then implement the method which you have and call it directly. It is going to work accordingly. Yes, do you have any doubt with this line of code which I have in here? Anybody? Code 11 to 17. Do you understand what is this doing? This
The main
a.draw will
thread.
be called by your thread T1. Yes? And then you can say t1.start. This will be executed as a thread. So there will be a thread which will call your withdraw method. There will be a thread which will call your deposit method. That is the drill in here. Yes. So we can also have a thread, an anonymous thread, without having to create an object. This is the other way for doing the same. Okay. So I'll simply just do uncommenting. Okay, this is undo. How do you uncomment? Edit, uncomment, uncomment, block, uncomment. Get out. Okay, this is much better. Guys, do you understand what is this? So I have created a thread, okay, which is anonymous. I have not given any
Without
name, so I
object
can directly
run.
write t.start. Yes. So within the run method of this thread that I have created, I'm calling to withdraw the value, okay, which was 5,000. And here in the other thread, I'm trying to deposit the value.
Hello.
Okay. Now, because yes.
Can I put the start method in this block void int a dot start?
A.start. Why no? Because your class bank class A is not a thread. How can you write it? You are creating a simple class object and then assigning it to a thread. This is what you're doing in here. Okay. Do you understand what is this code all about? Yes, guys. Yes or no? If I'm not doing it in this way, I would have to create two different thread classes. Okay, let's say I'll call this class withdraw extends thread, wherein I will implement the run method and call a.withdraw. I'll be creating one more class called as deposit, and then I will be extending thread class and implementing this method into it. Okay, run method with such a.deposit. So it is
Hello.
going to be a very tedious job.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Hi, Ritu.
Yes. What happened? Yes, Ravikant. Can you guys hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ravikant, you're out. Ravikant, you can chat with me if you want. Okay. So So instead of creating different classes and calling the method, I'm just doing it into the same main method itself. So it becomes simple for me to work. This is the power of using anonymous class. This is the power of, I can also make use of, because this is not a interface, it is a class. We can try, no, we cannot make use of noun expression in here. So we'll keep it this way. So I'll say a dot withdraw, and then if I try to execute this method, because I've got two different thread and I'm asking it to start. So what is happening? It is going to go for context switching. Any of this thread will get its preference and that will start executing. Since I've written here first to withdraw and then to deposit, it is not at all necessary that it is always going to go for deposit first and then it will go for a withdraw. Okay. What I mean here is that the execution might not be in sync. Okay. So if I try to execute, it went for withdrawing the output, withdrawing the thing first because the withdraw was called. Okay, again the withdraw was called. Okay, maybe next time it is not the withdraw called first. Okay, let's say I am trying to take out the value. I'm trying to withdraw 15 from my system, which was not there. Okay, because my deposit was only 10,000 and I'm trying to withdraw 15 from my system. What will happen? Compiled and executing. Okay, so this is balance after withdrawal. Okay, and depositing balance in the account and then less balance in account, and it is giving me some very awkward output, right? It is not in sync. You get this? Can you see it is not giving me the output in sync? So I need to make this into sync. That means I have to make sure that each of this should be executed after a given time. So what I'm saying in here is, if the amount is less, you wait. Yes, if the amount is less, then you ask this thread to wait with its operation. What is the operation of deducting the amount from this particular amount? Okay, wait as in wait unless and until the notify is called. Why do we write try and catch for this exception? Try and catch exception for interrupted exception, because the thread will be interrupted. Hence the exception which is called for wait and notify is interrupted exception. Okay, then you go down here, you will check. So this thread will wait and the other thread which was into picture will come here, which will get execution, and then first it will make a deposit and then will notify, and once it notifies, whichever thread is waiting into the queue will get its execution, and it is only then the amount will be withdrawn. So you will check in here. Yeah. So this is illegal monitor state of exception. Why? Because wait and notify always comes with synchronized block. Yes, it has to be synchronized. That means one thing can be attempted at a time if I'm working with multi-threading functionality. Am I clear to all? Yes. Now you can see it is trying to do this withdraw, then depositing the balance. You can see after the fourth statement, directly it went for depositing the amount. But here it went for this statement, depositing balance in the amount, and then deposited. And then again, you can see the amount was deducted and it was giving me a negative amount. Here the amount is not negative and it is giving me a positive amount. Yes, you can just work with the statements. You get this? Yes, guys. Yes, people. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Just go through the code. You have this code into your
Synchronize.
system. You'll understand this. Okay. So now this wait, notify, and synchronize, they go hand in hand. Okay. Why do we make use of it? Because I'm doing multi-threading in here. Now there was a question which was mentioned for deadlock. Okay. I think I've opened it somewhere. Synchronization in Java for deadlock.
So accessing the
Yeah,
same
this was
resource.
the question. Yes, this is for resource. Yeah, here. So deadlock is wherein two or more of your threads are waiting for the same resources. Okay, and because they are waiting, they are going for infinite amount of time. Hence, they go for a dead save. So you can see this is your, so you can see over here, deadlock can occur in a situation where thread is waiting for an object lock, which is occupied by another thread, and the second thread is waiting for the object lock, which is occupied by the first thread. So each one of them is waiting for the other to release the lock, but it is not releasing because they are waiting for each other, and hence it is called as a deadlock. Okay, so this is the example for deadlock which they have mentioned in here. Okay, so T1 tries to lock the resource 1, then resource 2. It is trying to lock the resource 1, that means it is going to use the resource 1 which is in here. Okay, and then here if you check, it is also trying to lock the resource 2. Okay, then here it has already locked the resource 2, and then it is trying to lock the resource 1. So each one of both the thread T1 and T2 are going into a deadlock state. Okay, you get this?
Yeah, ma'am.
So this is your T1 dot start, T1 dot 2 logged resource 1, thread 1 logged resource 1, and thread 2 logged resource 2. It is saying it directly. Okay,
Can prevent that deadlock, no? Any possibility?
yes. How to avoid this is
Yeah.
the example that we have given. Yeah, so you can add a delay.
Synchronize delay. You have
Yes.
to notify and delay.
So it is
Another
given, all the things are
way is
mentioned in
not no.
another way.
You have to wait until your resource can release.
Yes, what happens if it does not? Okay, so usually threads, they wait given a time that after some time the resource will be released by the other thread. Okay, if it is not released and each one of them are waiting for the each other one of them to release the resource, then that condition becomes deadlock. Otherwise it is allowed for more than one thread to work on a single resource.
You cannot
Yes,
possibly release that resource, no?
yes, you can. So
Uh-huh.
that becomes a very different thing.
Just asking,
How to
ma'am.
it is a different deal in here. You can ask any of the one thread to just roll back.
Okay.
Okay, you can ask them to just quit. Yes, somebody left the session. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Ravikant. Okay, so any other doubt, people? All the questions and everything I have shared with you on the drive. Kindly refer to the drive link and prepare yourself accordingly. If you have got any doubt, do let me know on WhatsApp. I'm there to help you out. Okay?
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Kindly. Yes.
ma'am, can you please share the drive link once again, ma'am? I don't have that.
Let me just check. Where do I have it? In the chat window, right? Yeah. Don't play any music. The session is getting recorded. Okay. Fine. All of you. Good.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Now they also ask you, so I don't want to forget this one. They ask you about exception classes. Okay. Exception classes, as in you need to tell them what are the various exceptions which we have into our system. Okay, let me give you the whole hierarchy that you can use, that you can choose for this. Exception in Java. I'll make it hierarchy in Java. You can see everything that exists and you can simply understand. Okay, let's see, I'm copying the link address again. Maybe so I'm trying to copy the image and we'll send it to you. Where are you here? Did I send? No. How about I try to take a note? Okay, so I'll send it on WhatsApp. Can you guys see there on WhatsApp? I'm trying to send. Where is my here? Okay, simple hierarchy that they have given. So they ask you about the difference and everything. Okay, can you guys see there? Yes, this is exception hierarchy. Very important for you all to understand what this is all about. I'm sharing my screen in here. Yes, can you guys see this? Yes, people.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you can see this is the hierarchy of exception, wherein you have got the object class as the base class, which is extended by throwable. Throwable is again the root class. You can see there's also a definition given in here. You can refer to this. I will share this, the exception handling for understanding the hierarchy. Okay. It is a superclass for both exception and error class. Error is also a class in Java. When I say exception, exception can be runtime exception, IO exception, SQL exception, AWT exception, interrupted exception. There are n number of exceptions. These are the basic, the the most often ones. Okay, the most reoccurring, the common ones. Okay. So when I say runtime exception, arithmetic exception, null pointer, class cast exception, index out of bound exception containing array index out of bound, string index out of bound exception. So you can see it is, so when I say string index out of bound exception, it is extending index out of bound exception, which is extending runtime exception, which is extending exception, which is extending throwable, which is in both extending object class. You should be knowing what is this exception all about. Let's say, for example, interrupted exception.
Interrupting.
Interrupted exception comes in wherein the thread is working and you're trying to interrupt it. So this is basically something which will come in when you are making use of any of the methods like wait. Yes. Then I've got file not found exception. When is this coming up? That means you're trying to specify a file which does not exist into your system. Again, interrupt IO exception. You're trying to use something again. There is some operation going on and you interrupt it in between, like read, write, or anything. Okay, file not found exception, again the same thing. End of file exception. You're trying to read something which does not exist in your file. The end of file has been reached, EOF. Okay, then array index out of bound exception. You are trying to access the array index which does not exist. Let's say the array index is of 4. You're trying to access 5. So that is going to give you an error. So this is all about null pointer exception. You're trying to access the object which does not exist. Object instance, in object memory which does not exist. That means it has been never given any value. Arithmetic exception is nothing but your divide by 0 exception that you can call. Okay. Next, if you see here, these are errors. Exceptions can be handled by program using try, catch, throw, throws, and finally. Okay, these are the basic 5 keyword used. But when I talk about errors are not going to be solved by programs. Okay, they are solved by using by some other means. Okay, so you have got, yeah, JVM does the main thing. So you have got virtual machine error, which is having stack overflow exception, out of memory exception, and there's assertion error, sorry, error, it's not exception error, it's too much of exception, so it is still exception. Exception initialize error. JVM handles exception on its own if you have not written, if you have not handled exception at your own. So even that is not opening up. If that, even that exception is not being handled by the JVM, then this error will occur. There's an IO error. There's some input output. Your device is not connected properly. There's an AWT. Again, AWT is supposed to open a GUI, which is separate from your program. So that error might occur into your system. Okay. So if you see the runtime exception, and this is your compile time exception. Understood? Okay, it is giving good amount of example for each one of them. This is basically the reference that they have taken is from the Oracle site. You can refer to that. They also have the next category, read checked and unchecked exception. You can refer this example, it will help you a lot. Understood, guys? Yes?
Custom exception and which
exception. Oh, sorry.
Custom exception. Okay, let me just give you a quick walkthrough on the same. Okay, so where is the custom exception? Okay, it is in the same example which I have. You can refer to them. Okay, exception handling. Okay, this is my custom exception example. I have created a simple class. Any class extending the exception class becomes an exception class. Okay, so this you can just name whatever you want, and you can just specify. So what I'm doing, I'm creating a constructor which is going to pass the message. Okay, this message I'm passing to super. That means whatever I'm writing will be thrown as an exception by my exception class. Yes. And this is my main method. Here I'm trying to accept the month number. Okay, what I'm doing here, this is having public static void main. Using the scanner, I'm accepting the month number from the user, and I'm saying if month is greater than 12, because again, if I only have 12 months in a year, so if I try to enter something which is not positive, or maybe something more than 12, then it should give me an exception. Okay, so I am explicitly going to throw an exception, so I will say throw new custom exception. So what is this? This is an exception which I have created in here, which extends an exception, and hence I can throw an exception in this way, and I'm saying month cannot be greater than 12. So this will be executing as an exception rather than showing up as a message. Okay, it will say exception in thread main at line number this. So if you want to throw something in this pattern, then you create custom exception. You are creating your own exception. This is called as custom exception. Otherwise, it is going to give you the statement it is a correct month number. Okay, so even this example is present at your end in the drive link that I've shared with you, and you can get through it. Am I clear to all? Yes, yes, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anything else?
Ma'am, explain about ma'am consumer producer problem.
Consumer producer problem. Okay, let me give you the link. Okay, because I'm falling short of
Actually, I
time.
have seen the logical problem in website, but I don't understand logically.
Okay, so you can give me where that problem is.
Implementation.
Wherever that is, you can just give me, and I'll explain it to you. Okay, it is very simple. Huh. Understand producer consumer code field buffer in and out. So this is actually an operating system question. Class buffer. Okay, producer adds and consumer removes. That's the basic deal in here. Yeah.
Just explain logically, but I will understand.
Okay, let me just send. Okay, you do not go for everything. Okay, what I'm saying is whatever you're doing, just be perfect in that term. Because if what I've seen here is you were having some expression issue and you were not knowing what that issue was. Yes,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
were missing your brackets. You wrote your method, just a bracket was above your public static void main signature, which was making a very great deal for your program. If your
So
program
yeah,
cannot be executed, you won't be going further, right? So make sure you first go through this one. If time permits, we are going to go for the producer consumer problem, probably tomorrow.
actually, I have practices in Eclipse. Maybe cows using not notepad causing. I forget it.
Okay, so it is basically, I'll ask all of you to be very thorough with Notepad plus plus or Notepad. It is an easy way to do, you know, to make mistakes and resolve it. You will get through all the errors and exception. It will help you to enhance your skills. That is the reason why I ask you to make use of Notepad plus plus or Notepad, so you can see the error that you will make. Okay. So this is the producer consumer problem. I have shared a link.
I can use the IntelliJ.
You can make use of anything, okay? You can make use of Eclipse or IntelliJ. Anything is fine. Okay, so here they are talking about producer-consumer problem. Okay, this is Java multi-threading. You can see there's a producer which is going to add the value and consumer is going to remove the value. This is your producer-consumer. Okay, the small background has been given, sometimes called as bounded buffer problem. It is a classic example of multi-threaded synchronization problem. Okay, so the problem describes that you have got two threads. One is the producer and the other one is the consumer. They share common fixed size buffer. Okay, both of them, both the threads are trying to make use of the same buffer in here. Okay, and that is used as a queue, which is into a queue. So queue is first in and first out. So whichever you add first will be getting out of the system first. The producer produces an item, put the item into the buffer and keeps repeating this process. On the other hand, the consumer is consuming the item from the shared buffer, one item at a time. So this is what they write. They have created a producer with runnable, okay, and they have got a list buffer. They call it as buffer because it is a list, okay, because it is basic, a list is required in here. So you can see in there's a parameterized constructor which is going to initialize the value. So what are they doing? They are trying to override the run method.
Override run method.
Added the value. So using the for each loop, they are going through each number one at a time and buffer dot add. So they are going to add each of the numbers inside the buffer thing, and then they are saying get name added. Okay, whatever the thread name is, it is going to get the name of the thread and it will say added the number into the system that many times. Okay, it is going to iterate, and then thread.current get the name added, and then main.end of file has reached. It is going to say that, and it is going to add EOF, main.end of file, into your system.
Okay.
Next is consumer thread. It is supposed to take it out. Okay, first of all, so here again consumer thread has to be created. You can see here the run method has been created, which will say while true, if buffer is empty, then you continue as in you will skip this iteration. Okay, if the buffer is empty, buffer is what? The buffer which you have created. If that is empty, then you skip the iteration. Otherwise, buffer.get equals main end of file. You will get through the buffer one by one until and unless the end of file has reached into your system. Okay, so you can say get.remove. Otherwise, you'll say remove and then you'll go ahead. Okay, remove. Remove is a method present in the list for your buffer. Okay, so one producer thread and two consumer thread. So what is happening? They are trying to create one producer and two consumer. So this is one producer here and there are two consumers. So what is happening? If you see the output, after multiple times of run, the array index out of bound exception occurs. Okay, why? Because only few elements have been added and we are trying to reach into this particular consumer. The producer has not produced that many items, the consumer is trying to utilize. Okay, that is the main deal. This is the main producer consumer problem. So you'll have to wait until the producer creates. So what is the solution? We can make use of synchronized block. That means for the shared buffer, you're going to do it. You are going to on this shared buffer object, you will get rid of the thread interferences, because these thread, the two threads which you have created, the consumer thread, are interfering with the producer. So what are you going to do? You are going to make it here. Where is it? Synchronize.
Synchronize. So make a one thread will be get.
So you can say over here, you're going to synchronize the buffer. The buffer has to be synchronized. So only one thread can access that at a particular time.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
You can see it here as well. It is a synchronized buffer.
Okay.
And the problem is resolved. Thread 1 removes, thread 2 removes, it is exiting, doing this and that, and it's happening. All the threads are block state, cannot be interrupted. So they are giving you all the drawbacks of this approach. Even though this is going to solve our problem, there's some drawback. It does not support thread scheduling. Thread scheduling is an algorithm which is used for having,
which thread will get the access by.
Yes, exactly. So we cannot hold. Synchronized method can release another synchronized method and can be done using read track lock. Okay, so there's another solution for it. So it becomes very in detail. That is what I'm saying. don't be don't know just don't go for everything. Okay, just do whatever you do, just do it perfectly. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
because you asked me, I'm giving you the answer. Otherwise, you can refer to the links which I have shared to you all before. Okay, there was a Java 2 blog link. You guys remember Java 2 blog, Java interview questions, programming questions? You remember, guys? No, it was not this. Where are you? Java 2 blog. I've given this before. Tutorial Java 2 blog, Java introduction. Just open this. I've shared this code before. If anybody has it, please send it on the WhatsApp group. Others can refer to it. Yes.
Okay,
There was
good.
one code that I sent. Okay. So that's it from my end. We shall meet next time. Let's see when it is going to be. All the best for your interview. Okay. Tomorrow you guys are going to have mock interview. Those who have got their interviews day after tomorrow. So make sure you prepare accordingly. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
And let me know if you have any doubt. I'll be there to help you out for the same. Okay? That's
Ma'am,
it from my end. Yes?
when I will be having the interview?
Whenever you're ready. Are you ready to give it day after tomorrow?
No, ma'am.
So we'll do it for the next iteration. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Because
Thank
you
you.
were not very regular. I'm talking to those students who were regular for the batch, at least for a week. Okay? It is only they are going for the interview. You have to show your interest, and it is only then I'll get to know your potential. Based on that, I'll be sending you for the interview.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? Yeah, be regular for the sessions. I'll help you for the same. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's it. All the best. Do let me know if you need any help. Okay?
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Bye, all.
Thank you.